All right, guys, I have $100. I've got a few hours. I'm gonna go thrifting and see how close I can get to spending exactly $100 on some hopefully awesome finds in this Goodwill. So let's go check it out.
Okay, so immediately walking in, I went over to the jackets, and this was like the third item I touched. So Rag & Bone isn't always my favorite, but I do really like military-esque looking stuff. And Rag & Bone has done fairly well with some of these kinds of styles for me. So I love the green color, I love the buttons. I decided to grab it. I think it's gonna do pretty well. Here's a Rails linen jacket. And one thing I love about Rails is you can look up the name of the style quickly on the material tag. So I was looking for that right here. I did find it, I looked it up, and some of these are selling from anywhere from 75 to over 100. So I decided it was worth it. I couldn't see any spots, and I decided to pick that one up as well. Here's a Wilfred crepe jacket that I've sold many times, especially in my early days of reselling. While I do like this style, and in the past it's gotten pretty decent money for me, like 75, 80 sometimes, the comps have gone downhill. This looked like it had a couple faint spots, so I decided to pass on that. Here's a Free People camo jacket. I love camo. I do really like this style. If this was $5, I probably would have grabbed it, but it was marked up. And definitely not worth that price for me to resell in the thrift. So I decided to pass on that. Next up is a Wild Fang shirt jacket or chore jacket or something, you know, shacket. I actually like Wild Fang. I've done pretty well with this. This is kind of an androgynous brand that has some really interesting cuts and prints and stuff like that. This was marked up, ironically, and when I did look up this style, it looked like I could maybe only get 25 to 35. So I decided to pass on it, but I do really like looking up Wild Fang and picking it up occasionally. This is a Dries, I don't know how to pronounce this designer, and I've actually never sold it. It's one of the few designers I have not sold. I've found it a couple times, it's just been in terrible condition. But again, I'll write it on the screen. You guys can tell me how you pronounce it down below in the comments. But to be honest, I looked up material tags. I looked up online to see other items sold, to see what those material tags look like. I think this is a fake. And I mean, I decided to walk away from it. The style of it wasn't too interesting. If it looked real, I would have given it a chance. But these material tags really just did it for me they looked really fake. And so I passed. Definitely a bummer, because I would really love to pick up this designer. It's, like I said, one of the few I've never picked up and sold, but I'll keep looking. Okay, how's everyone feeling about Draper James? Do they have multiple lines, or has the value just gone down significantly? This is new with tags. It was an XL. It was a pretty cute print. When I looked it up, a lot of them, even new with tags, was only in the 25 to 30 range. So I didn't think it was worth paying $15, even with 20% off, for something that could only maybe resell for 30 bucks at best. So I passed on it, but I still am wondering about that brand. So here are some shoes. I did not find many this day. These are a pair of Uggs. It's just, we're not in the right season. They had some signs of wear. They're also marked up. So I decided to pass on them. You know, Uggs I'm very picky with. They've got to be in really good condition these days for me to pick them up. But yeah. All right, here are some items I'm actually buying today while I'm dropping hangers, per usual. Don't worry, I pick up my hangers. This is an alpaca blend sweater, and I need to do a little more research to confirm that it's Alicia, a brand that has comps that are over 100 for similar items like this. It is half off, so it'll be $3.50, and I'm not trying it on for me, just showing you just kind of the classic nature of it. So I need to do a little more research, but if I'm correct in my suspicion, I think this might go for somewhere between 50 and 100, and I think that's definitely worth picking up. So yeah, sometimes I take chances even if the tags don't 100% line up. How many Alicias are selling alpaca Peruvian items? I'm not sure. Here's an item for me. I wear a lot of On shoes. These are a kind of a dark gray color, and I have a black pair that's got quite a few holes in it. So I'm just gonna replace those. These aren't perfect condition, but I can definitely get some use out of them, and they don't have holes, which is great. All right, really excited about this. I don't know the comps on this, but I do know I'm gonna have to do some detailing. I'm just trying to read the tag because it's black on black, but it is Burberry. All the material tags, everything line up. It's a cashmere, 100% cashmere sweater. Really great fall, winter item. And I couldn't find any holes. So besides depilling, I think I can get it in pretty decent condition. So I'm really happy about that. Maybe over $100. We will see. Here's a jacket that I might resell in the future, but for now, I'm gonna wear it this summer. I think it's a really great layering piece just to have a really great fitting jean jacket. This is Levi's, size large, not super marked up, and it just is really comfortable. I really love this medium color, and so I'm gonna wear it a few times, and I've already worn it once in the last 3 days, so I think it was a good pickup. And yeah. All right, next up is a 100% really buttery soft leather jacket. This is by Joie, and I pass on Joie 9 times out of 10, but every once in a while I pick it up. This wasn't hugely marked up. I really love the hemline with those layers. It's just such a classic piece, and it's so buttery soft that I decided it was worth it. I think there's one listed at like 150. I'm hoping for somewhere between 50 and 100, to be honest, but I think it was worth picking up.
Just a quick break from thrifting to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is my favorite. It's Earth Breeze.
Okay, so while I load up my washer back at home with some thrifted clothes, I'm going to tell you all about why I love Earth Breeze. First off, it gets all my personal and thrifted clothes clean because it's tough on stains and gets rid of odors. And that is ultimately the most important part for me. If you haven't heard me talk about Earth Breeze, they're eco sheets that look just like a dryer sheet, but it's ultra concentrated liquidless laundry detergent. Earth Breeze Eco Sheets are dermatologist tested, hypoallergenic, and free of bleach, dyes, and parabens. There's also a fragrance-free option, which is the one I personally use. I also love that Earth Breeze's light cardboard packaging takes up a fraction of the space in my laundry room versus the traditional detergent. So I no longer have to store those big plastic jugs that I used to have to keep in my cupboards. So I'm just going to show you how easily these break down in cold or hot water just by running it under some water to show you as kind of a demonstration. But I think you should give it a try. And if you decide to go back to your old stuff for some reason, you will get a full refund on your Earth Breeze purchase, no questions asked, which I personally love when they have those guarantees on products. I've been using these for 1.5 years. I've gotten my friends and family turned on to them. They're great for so many reasons. I've heard people love them for dorm rooms, camping, all sorts of stuff. But here I am just showing you that the outside container is just made of paper, which is awesome. Also, they are recently updated their logo and their packaging. So I can't wait to see their new packaging, but here's an example on this little flyer. So when you are ready to try Earth Breeze, you can go to earthbreeze.com/COMMONTAGS to get started with 40% off. That is earthbreeze.com/COMMONTAGS for 40% off your subscription.
Big thank you to Earth Breeze for sponsoring another video. Let's get back to thrifting.
All right, back to some more thrifting. I am going to show quite a few things that I passed on. I found a lot of Madewell jeans that I passed on. I think this style was called the Road Tripper. At this point, the only times I'm picking up Madewell for the most part is at the bins. And even there, I'm passing on it a lot just because it's just not moving for me a lot. So yeah. All right, this is Everlane. Also another brand I'm pretty much passing on most of the time. So yeah, it's just frustrating because it was such a hot brand, you know, a few years ago, but not anymore for me. Ironically, I was ready to tell you I'm passing on these, but they were so funky and fun, I decided to look them up. They're made by Anthropologie, and there were a couple comps over 30, like 35, 39. So while they're definitely not my style, I could see someone rocking them and I grabbed them. Here's some Vuori pants, just based off of the material. They are like the ripstop kind of material, which is really great for hiking and some rock climbing or just even casual wear. So I haven't actually sold Vuori ripstop, and again, I'm assuming that is what this is just based off of my knowledge of the material, but yeah, I definitely grabbed those. I really like picking up Vuori. Here are some Current Elliott 100% leather pants, and they're green, and they're a great size. They're 31. These are skinny ankle zip. I do not like picking up Current Elliott most of the time, but I decided to look these up because 100% leather, they had some stretch, they weren't marked up, great size. And sure enough, there were like a lot of comps over 50. So I'll do a little bit more research. Here's the little tag with all the info that I'm trying to pull out. Sometimes this is cut out and it's not always included, but has all the info I need, and I am gonna give it a shot. Okay, I was pretty excited to find these. They're plus size Pilcro jean, Pilcro and the Letterpress by Anthropologie. They're half off, which is great, but I just really like the style. They're kind of a wide leg. They have really cute little front pockets, and they also feel comfortable. They have some stretch in them. They look like they're in decent condition. Crop length, I definitely grabbed those. Here's an item I passed on, no surprise. It's a Lululemon basic gray space dye tee. They have it marked at $10, even with my 20% off coupon. You know, those things just don't sell for me. I pretty much can't even give them away. So here's another Lululemon I found. This one, I couldn't find the size dot anywhere, but it had some flaws on it. It's not a terrible style and definitely not a terrible color. It is marked up. So if this were in perfect condition or new with tags, I would pay up for it, but I'm just showing you some of the spots. There's some pink spots, there's some dirt on the wrist area. So I don't mind when thrift stores mark things up personally. They've got to do their thing. All of our thrift stores do, but when they're flawed, that's where I have some issues. So here's a top that I decided to grab because it's a size large. I really thought the puff sleeves were pretty cute. It kind of has a retro flair with the print. House of Harlow, I picked up a couple times. It's not the best for me, but it definitely has some fun, trendy items. I found a few of these had sold between 25 and 35, so I decided to grab that. Here's a really nice classic piece from Lafayette 148. Really love the little accent in the front. Very classy with the stripes, size 14. And I grabbed it. I thought this would look nice on the mannequin. I thought this was a really nice career piece or even just tailored with a pair of jeans. Here's an item I passed on. These are some stretchy Wilfred pants. Wilfred is an Aritzia brand. I used to like it a lot more than I do these days. These days I pass on it most times, but you know, even if that were the bins, I would have passed. So here's an expensive brand that I almost always pass on, which is Parker. These are silk, kind of funky ankle pants. I can't sell this brand for the life of me. These are 50% off. Even if these were at the bins, even if someone gave these to me for free, I probably wouldn't list them. I've just had zero luck with Parker, and that's just me personally. So yeah. All right, here is a Jason Wu. I think the J is like one of his lower tiered lines. Now this was a size large. It's a tee, but the sleeves are kind of flowy and like a viscose or something like that. Viscose, kind of flowy and sheer. So I thought the style in general was kind of decent. Size was great. I'm looking at the material tag to see if I can, it does, I don't know. I don't know what tier this is, the J tier for Jason Wu, but I thought it was a little faded and I decided to pass on it. Ironically, down the same aisle, I did find this one, which doesn't have the J. I found a stock photo for this and it looked really cute. I think this one is actually worth picking up, assuming there's no spots. So I decided to grab it. I think with a wash and a steam, this can turn out really cute. It has some really nice sleeve details. And I grabbed it. It's a cute little wrap top. So we'll see. Some of the comps I think were 50 to 75 for this one. Flax used to be a really hot brand with a lot of resellers years ago. And these days, every time I picked it up, it doesn't sell quickly for me or really for much money. I still occasionally find it. This is half off, so it was kind of tempting, but this was a petite. If this were maybe a large or extra large, not petite, I maybe would have grabbed it, but you know, but that brand just has not done great for me. Here's a couple other ones I passed on. Here's a little Anthropologie kind of sweater top. Nothing exciting about it. Definitely, I would pass on this at the bins easily. It's always a bummer to pass on Anthropologie because they make such cute stuff, but a lot of these basics like this, I just can't move them. Here's a Free People top. While I love the little top, the lace and very feminine style, I think it was a size medium. It's not worth paying, you know, regular thrift store prices for something that might only sell for $20 or $25 for me, so I passed on that. Here's a cut loose dress that was half off, and I actually grabbed this one. I thought this was a good minimalist dress, so I grabbed it. Okay, so I have a guest for a second. He's probably gonna run off in a second. I think I did pretty awesome at the thrift store. My goal was to spend $100 and I spent exactly $99. This one was $14 and then my other receipt was $85. So so that is exactly $99. The reason I do 2 separate transactions every time I go to Goodwill is I have a coupon. Every month I get a coupon that's good for the whole month, and it's 20% off everything except sale items. So I remove the sale items and I ring those up separately. And so I spent $99, which is awesome. Okay, I do have a few items from a quick bins stop and another thrift store. This was a day I was going through LA. It's not really a big enough haul on its own, so I just decided to throw it in here, show you some bins finds and a few more thrift finds. And I do have the receipt for the regular thrift store, and that was $31.97 for 4 items. I was gonna leave and check out with 3 items, but my coupon only works if I'm spending $30 or more. And these were each $9.99. So it was $29.97 was the total. So I went and found a 4th item, which basically ended up being almost free, just so I could use the coupon. Okay, so this is a really adorable white kind of chore-like jacket. It's by ATM. So it says ATM right here, which stands for Anthony Thomas. I'll write it on the screen. I always forget the 3rd name. But this is a really nice, like, kind of utility chore jacket. And I've had pretty decent luck with this brand. I like that there's a hood that you can zip into the collar. I've had pretty decent luck with this brand. It doesn't sell usually quickly for me, but I usually get a decent return. Like, I just sold a jacket by this brand. It had been sitting for about 6 months, maybe close to a year, and it finally sold for like $60 or $70. So I just kind of take that into consideration when I'm picking up this brand, that it might take a little longer to sell. But some of the comps for this one were kind of between 50 and 75. A lot of people had these listed for 150 or more. I would probably list it at, 95 or 89 or something like that. But anyways, I thought it was a good pickup. I think it's a size medium, and it's a really great basic. I absolutely love this sweater. It's not my style, like I would not wear this, but I could see someone rocking this with a really cute outfit. This is by a brand called SEA New York, S-E-A New York. They are pretty pricey, and I have sold them quite a few times. This is pretty adorable, just the color scheme, the little cropped nature of this. I don't know comps on something exactly like this because this is kind of unique. So I'll look it up. Hopefully I can get somewhere between 50 and 75 for this, 50 and 60 for this. But hopefully at least 50 because I think the style and the color scheme is really great. So pretty excited about that. This is a brand I've sold a number of times. Usually does fairly well for me. More recently it usually sells pretty quickly for me. More recently it's been in the like 25 to 35 range. I think when I first started reselling it was closer to 50 when I would pick this up. But this is a really great basic. I think this is a really great summer time sweater because it's a great layering piece. It's called Wooden Ships. They have sold this at Anthropologie in the past. I don't know if they still do. The info is always on the back of the label, so the size is always down here. So this is a small medium. And I think this is a great basic, so I grabbed that. And then lastly, I picked up this shacket or corduroy jacket for men, or for a man. This is just a really great navy blue color. It does have pockets. Corduroy, I just feel like is a great staple. I really like this piece. Everlane, I'm not a huge fan of after that wholesale box. I haven't even made half my money back from that. But I needed a 4th item so I could use my coupon. So I decided to grab this and it was basically almost free for this one. So this is a Everlane. It says corduroy jacket, navy, extra small. So I thought this was it's a good basic from Everlane. You know, if I could get, because it's new, $30 to $35, I'll be happy with that. So we'll see. All right, some bins items. I had quite a few soft surroundings pickups this trip. This is a really adorable soft surroundings. It's got a little beadwork over in this corner, and then on the back it has a little bit more embroidery up here, and then it's got this beautiful little beach print. So I didn't know I wanted to go to Italy until I saw this shirt, and now I'm like, wouldn't that be a great summertime vacation? This is a soft surrounding size size large. And I think because of the print and the style, I think I might be able to get, you know, 25 to 30 for this. So I'll look it up. This is another soft surroundings. This is a beautiful mint green button front, but it kind of has that gauzy feel. So I think this will look really nice on the mannequin. This is also a size XL, and it also has this really nice eyelet detail on the sleeves. So I really liked this. This is also soft surroundings large. Another really great little vacation top, if you ask me. And this one is not a vacation top from Soft Surroundings, but it was new at tags. It retailed for $99. It's a size XL, and it is so, so, so soft. Like, this is definitely more of a fall winter item, but it's a great classic plaid. It's just, if you could feel this, how soft this is, it's just the softest thing ever. So I thought because of the size, the softness, and new with tags, I thought I would grab that. So I'm guessing for this one, maybe 30 to 35 because it's new with tags. Eileen Fisher, another favorite bread and butter item for me. So this is a size XL. It's just this little black and white number. Really cozy, comfy sweater. So I really like the classics like this. I also like when it isn't so basic, like plain color, but it's still just a very classic look. So I think this is going to be in the 30-35 range. All right, I picked up these shorts, and they are a brand I've picked up once before. So they're just navy blue shorts. Unfortunately, I don't know where the size is on this. So there's this little X, and I'll write up on the screen what the brand is because I can't remember off the top of my head. And in the last pair of shorts I sold from this brand, in the inside of the leg area, they had the information on the item, the name of it, the size, the material content. I, for the life of me, can't find this on this pair at all. So I don't know how to find the info. I'm going to keep looking. Oh, is that ripped out? It may have been cut out. Yeah, it looks like maybe someone cut that out. I don't know. We'll see. If I can't find size, I might just do measurements. But I remember that this, the pair of shorts I sold before did pretty well for me. So I'll try my best, but that may have been a little bit of a miss. All right, here's a button front shirt, but it's by Cool, which is a great outdoor wear brand. This is a size small, nice blue color, great layering piece for hiking. So I like picking up that brand. This is probably going to be in the 20-25 range. Here is a Lululemon dress. It is black. It has this kind of little cinch waist area thing right there. And it's probably a little bit knee length. I like a lot of black dresses. I own a couple Lululemon black dresses. This one was actually kind of too relaxed on me. Sometimes Lululemon sizing's off. So I would say this is probably either a more fitted 14 or just a looser fit size 12. But I didn't like the fit on me personally, or I would have kept it. So that is being sold. Here's an adorable little off the shoulder number with kind of sheer sleeves. And I love blue and black. I think this would be so cute with a pair of black jeans and a pair of little heels for like a going out look. This is Millie, which I've sold a number of times, and it is a designer, but it's a designer that I don't sell quickly or for much money. So for this, I picked it up mostly off of style. I think it's a really adorable, kind of feminine, but also edgy look. And I think it's gonna look great on the size 6 mannequin. So yeah, I like some of the stuff. I decided to grab it because it's at the bins, it's silk, but I'm not expecting this to sell too quickly. I'm hoping for about 25 for this. I'll obviously look it up to see if I'm, really off, but yeah. Here's another Eileen Fisher. This is a Eileen Fisher jacket, I believe. Yeah. So Eileen Fisher, size large, and just a gray jacket with kind of this waterfall front and some pockets. So another really great basic by Eileen. This one probably in the 35 range as well. This is a pair of pants. I'm gonna have to try and find what activity these are for because they have kind of a unique look. Like maybe they're golf pants, or they're kind of a straight leg black pant, and on the front is kind of this, or I guess this is where the mic is. And then on the back, it's a little bit more stretchy. So it does have an elastic band on the back of the waist. These I got because it is a medium tall, And I've done pretty well with Title IX just in general. They make a lot of comfort dresses and kind of, I would just say casual, but active, but not really like sports related, not always sports related. Anyways, I've had pretty decent luck with this brand. I don't think I've ever sold their pants, so I'm gonna look this up, but I do like picking up tall sizes when I find them, if the brand is decent. All right, lastly, this I kind of was a miss because I can't, the size was cut out, but it does fit me great, and I don't mind wearing Columbia. It's not my favorite to pick up to resell, but this fits me great. It's just a lightweight black jacket. It does have a hood, and I don't have a lot of jackets with hoods, so I think I'm just gonna put this in my closet because I know I'll get a lot of use out of it. And that is some of the bins finds recently and a couple thrift stores. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun jazz if you aren't already. And again, thank you to Earth Breeze for sponsoring today's video. I really always appreciate them and love their products. So check them out. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.